So you want to work with columns and not rows? Oh man, unlucky, because Make doesn't provide that, yeah? So I'm going to show you what I've done and how I found out I can actually work with columns, even though it's just much harder. The TLDR is this. You got to append the column, you got to read the whole range, you got to take the whole range. What is a range? It's like A1 to N50, whatever. You take that, you parse it via a text parser, I'll show you, with the regex, and then you use that to add a new column with bulk update. So that's the short version. Welcome to my channel. This is Adrian at Time Hackers Lab. I'm gonna walk you through exactly what you need to do to work with columns, because sometimes we just don't want to work with rows. Yeah, I'll show you. Listen, this is the sheet I'm working with. It looks beautiful. Yeah, I'm tracking products, the bestsellers rank. It's a walk in the park, you know, left to right, everything is just makes sense. Yeah, left to right just makes sense because everything in our universities, all the graphs, it was like on the x-axis, time was going to the right. Okay, this is your right. I'm just in a mirror situation right now. Okay, what do I want to tell you? If you go to Make, you want to add something called a column. Too bad, no such thing exists. Okay, and I went through the API calls and stuff. You can play around with it. It's not the best. So let me tell you what I found out. You gotta, when you want to add bulk update bunch of things. Okay, so let's say we start from the end. Let's say we want to bulk update. We have our test here. um, let's say that we want to do the range. That's how we work with columns. We give a range, but only ns. Ns is, let's say this is nr. So we would create a column. This would be ns, yeah. And then we want to add something here. So what we do is we give it this range, which would be ns1 to ns whatever. That would be the range. And then we would just, like, you see there's row 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's columns. So you can give like rows and columns, but because we're just working with one column, we don't fill in the rest of the columns. We just give row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So as you see, it's still like kind of hacky. It's not meant to work like this, but let's just say this works. We're gonna run this. I'm gonna move my big head, and as you can see, after we run this, we're gonna have, yeah, there you go, date. You got a date, and then you got some uh, Zimbabwe and test baby. Okay, so we now know how to add a column, but here's the thing. What if you have a bunch of columns, yeah? And you want to find an empty one, because that's how the row works, yeah? Like if you want to work with rows and then you want to add one row below here, it just finds the last filled row, and then after that it inserts an empty one just under that, right? Here's the thing, it doesn't work with columns that way. So this is one solution. It's not the perfect solution. If your sheet is a bit different than this, then it might not work. And how would it not work if it's different? Because if you have a bunch of columns here, let's say you have some other data, this only works when the data ends. And I'm going to tell you when the data ends at where the sheet ends. Because let's say we want to get like this column, then we have to do some crazy formula, and then somehow we got to get out this name ns. We got to have that to fill this column in, yeah, because that's one of the requirements here. When you're selecting a range, you have to give it the column name, right? So okay, I'm going to show you kind of the solution here. So first, let's say that our sheet just ends at the latest date, yeah? So like this. Now, there is no such a thing as NS, yeah? And we want to create that. Look here. I created an API call where we append the column, yeah? I just went to the API website, choose my sheet ID. As you can see, this is the sheet ID. Put it here. Put it here, and then, yeah, then just you add the dimension column, yeah, length 1, because you want to add one column. You can add two if you want. And then here's the thing: you do post method. You just choose batch update spreadsheet, your spreadsheet number, which is the one here, the one right there. That's mine. Okay, and then you choose content. This, you don't touch this, and you run it. So if we run this, as you can see here, it's no, the last column is NR. If we run this now, one column was added. Now it's NS. But here's the thing: if we want to now add a column here, and we want it to be, let's say, dynamic, so every day it would automatically go in, add a column, fill in that column, right? Now, if we have this last one right here, the one that is supposed to fill in the column, if we manually fill in NS, then next day it's just going to fill in NS again. So we need to somehow get the column that it's going to work with. Yeah. So let's say we added the column. Now we need to kind of get that column. And what I found out, this is amazing. Wait for this. What I found out is you can actually run this, which is make an API call. You just run this and to read the whole sheet basically. So we give it the spreadsheets / spreadsheet ID values. You want to get the values. You actually don't want to get the values. Never mind. You want to get column test, which is the sheet name. Yeah, for me that's sheet name. This is so annoying with the loom. It's jumping around. Okay. So when you run this, look at this. When you run that API call, it gives you output. Yeah, it gives you one bundle, and here's the thing: when you get the bundle, you get the range, and the range, because we didn't specify anything, it gives you everything. So now we can use RegEx to get out the last column, which is in our sheet, which is NS. Yeah, and it's NS because we added a column with the append module, right? So this will be updated because once we add a column, we read the whole sheet, yeah, and then you have one extra column, then it's NS, yeah. So look at this. If we now run this here, now it's NS because that's the last column. But if we run this again from the start, look at this now. It adds a column. It's now NT, and now this, while it's reading the whole sheet, so slow right now. Okay, so now it's NT. Okay, so using regex, we're going to use the make.com's native text parser, which works with, I'm going to show you, which works with the EMCTA, okay, regex 101. You just search it on Google. Okay, I had to switch the recorder because that one was annoying me. Okay, so you put the regular expression that you can just do with, you can search with Cloud or just learn regex, I guess. And then you put the text that you got from that, from this, right? So this, and then we regex to just get this out, whatever comes before the number, right? So if you want to test it, you can even test. Let's say you get a super huge sheet, and here you can see the result, right here, yeah. You can see the result, and it's changing based upon how we are. Okay, so it basically only takes big characters. So that's something, well, it's always big characters anyways for columns. So all good. All right, so what do you do after? Now that you've read this, you're gonna have the text parser. So you put whatever you got in that here, you just copy that and put it here. And remember actually to turn on the EMCA script because that's the one Make uses. And then you put that and you search in the text, which would be the body range right here. Yeah, as you can see, that would be the range. All right. Okay, so now that you have this, the output is going to be NT. Yeah, because that's what the regex said, anti. So if it was anti, yeah, you would get the anti. So now we have the new column, yeah, we have the new column, and then we have the column name. Basically now we can just fill it, right? So if you delete this, there you go, delete everything, connect everything, and we're gonna do final test, yeah, final combat, final test. All right, if we run this everything, you're gonna see a column is gonna be added, and then the, what happened? All right, I don't know what happened right there. Something, oh shit, it's still running. Okay, there you go. There you go, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, click that thumbs up button. Join our Reddit group. I just created it, Time Hackers Lab. So join our Reddit group. We're gonna grow it soon. I'm gonna provide more tutorials as I learn, as I go forward, learn new things. I think it's important for us to keep learning and yeah, to keep teaching each other whatever we learn. And click this other video to learn something more. I wanted to say, if you have any ideas, if you have any questions, something that you want me to build, just reach out to me via the comments or my email, and enjoy. Yeah, see you next time. Bye.